Okay. Stand for
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Audience introductions, we will skip since there's no one here. And motion for the approval on the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed unanimously. Delegation of visitors, we will also skip since no one is here. And we'll move to items of information for the board, the superintendent report.
Centered up, I didn't realize that. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
No, it's, and I don't like it when my font all goes in the middle, and so it just filled up. So the school year comes to an end. It seems like it's kind of the same each year, but the school year goes by quicker the older I get. And had that talk with a few people. Mr. Hallett said it goes by very quickly for him then. So he shared with us at our staff luncheon last Thursday when I got to school that he's been around Perrydale 49 years now. So just finishing up year 49, which is really, really remarkable. So we are very happy to, have him here helping out again this year, but yeah, pretty remarkable to have somebody helping out that way. So, again, I'd like to give the pat on the back to all the students for their work this year. I had talked about having the opportunity to see the students grow as individuals and as a group. During the high school graduation, the 8th grade promotion, they were speaking about the opportunity to have these family-like interactions with staff. And it was nice to see that some of the diversity in the 8th grade class, as far as friend groups, talking about that when they had an opportunity to speak. And I really thought all of our speakers at both middle school and high school did a very nice job of representing themselves, their families, and the school as a whole. Just thought the meaningful connections when we do our seed surveys and other things. One of the things that we really appreciate that our students write is that they feel really good about their relationships with at least some staff on campus. So usually we have students that at least have one connection or more that they feel like they have at school, which I think is really important. So it was nice to hear that again as we were getting ready to in the school year. And that was really evident at Bullwinkle's. We had some students that were cheering on, like Mrs. Richards, who was definitely afraid of heights, and she was doing the little, I don't know what you call it, catwalk type thing up there, up on the top.
They were cheering her up.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
that's cute.
the ropes thing. And then they tricked me into standing by the water so they could all squirt me. But they had a good time interacting with, their peers, but also with the staff. And that was really great to see our staff interacting with them. And grateful that we've been able to work with them this year and look forward to September coming up. And then thanks to the staff for all their time and effort with the students. Very special thank you to Ms. Wilson, who personally made sure every eligible student tested before the deadline. That can be tedious at times, so thank you to her. She actually took off for Europe yesterday, so she is out and about. So I'm glad that she got a little bit of time to get away after having to deal with all that part. And then wonderful to see the class of 2028 and 2036 for their 8th grade promotion and kindergarten graduation. I got the same questions again this year, this time mostly from my daughter, about why is it 8th grade promotion but kindergarten graduation, and why don't we have that as a 5th grader? So I told her, no, that's exactly what I said. So no, I'll give you the history on the background of kindergarten graduation if you like it. And she stopped listening about 1 second into my conversation with her. If any of you would like to be bored and put to sleep, let me know and I'll give you the history of that. And then summer basketball is in full swing. I've had a lot of positive reactions so far. The boys went over to Mora, Oregon to Sherman County High School, and the girls were at Country Christian last week. And they'll be doing some more of the tournaments this week. I think it's this weekend. I can't remember. Is this weekend? Okay. I can't remember. Is this weekend or next weekend? And so it was a pretty good opportunity for them to for those that wanted to take part. And then lastly, thanks to our students, staff, and families. Enjoy your summer and stay safe. And then we also have a 50th reunion coming up this Saturday, class of 1974.
Will you be there? Or no?
This weekend? No, I have a pro series in Lubbock. Sean's gonna come down with his car.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. Sean's coming down with his car. I was
Nice.
just laughing because when kindergarten graduate, guess what reunion that is?
So
for
that will be
me.
yours. Okay, gotcha. All right. Ouch.
So,
Yeah, ouch.
No, I'm right behind you. So
all right.
thank you. Okay,
You
so
bet.
yeah, we'll move to elementary middle school report.
I did not include mine. I was out most of the week last week. If you'd like a copy, I can provide that to you. But really, Dan just covered much of mine aside from thanks, Trina, for coming for kindergarten promotion. Or is it graduation? Which one is it?
I don't know.
Yes.
Made me
Yes.
feel old.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there, but you and Erin, it sounds like did a great job.
The kindergarten teacher now, she always has.
Her outfits
Yeah, so
Yes.
this time it was white pants that
Yes.
the kids all
all signed.
signed and drew
Put little
pictures on.
messages.
Mhm.
And parents are really looking forward to that each year. So
And congratulations to you last week.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then for 8th grade promotion, both Trina and I believe Katie, right?
I did it. I
Yeah.
got
She
through.
held it together.
Much better on that one than high school.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you guys.
Great. We'll move to the SPED report. Did somebody want to cover that one?
Yeah, I'll take it. This said we haven't had any more move-ins this last month, so the number remains at 37. This year we scheduled many of their September and October due date meetings for June in order to allow space in the schedule for move-in meetings in the fall in case they have. And move-in doesn't really mean necessarily move into the district. It may mean that, or it may mean that they're just being identified as SPED possibly for the first time, or they are out-of-district students. Just depends on the situation. So she wanted to make sure I clarified that. We are going to have a couple of special ed IAs attend Jumpstart for kindergarten this year, as I did last year, to get to know the incoming kindergartners and identify any needs for the start of school. And it says on Sean left, we are going to be contracting with Amity for our yearly MANT certification as well. So MANT is the curriculum we use for behavior management, de-escalation, and relationship building.
Are we short-staffed in the sped department?
Not right now.
We just don't have anybody
So-
this man.
Yeah, exactly. So Shauna was our man trained person before. So somebody at Amity had reached out to offer that for us, and being close, it made some sense. Have a training there. We actually did have one person that resigned, so we will be doing some hiring in early July for that open position for SPED. Aaron's gone right now. So
For sped?
yeah, Jamie Jones had resigned last meeting. We talked
Right.
about that. So
That's why I asked. if
yeah,
we
yeah.
had
So
open.
we
still
have
do
one
have.
opening, but yeah.
Potentially, though, because there's a half and half position, so there could be a little bit of shifting around.
Any questions on the facility?
No glitter.
Yeah, I just didn't know if there was any plans for over
But
the
she-
There was some
summer that
What did you say?
And glitter.
No glitter. It's the rule in my house.
In your house?
No
There
glitter.
was glitter in this hall window that day. Troy was pretty good though.
anything for the summer that we should know for coming up for facilities or.
Not right now. We do have one concern. We may have a need for another office space that we have to create. Just depends on situation with an incoming student. That we had two teachers go and look at the students' interaction and different. Go and do some observations. So we may have a need for creating a different office space or a different small space for a student to utilize for part of the day. So we'll keep you updated on that if something happens. So.
Okay, so we will move to Spotlight on Education.
Yeah, so this year we brought back preschool. We talked a little bit last meeting about preschool and working with our teacher, making sure about the contract, but we just wanted to focus on how successful that program was. Some years we've had students and they've kind of come and gone during the year, but really we had the same kids consistently throughout the year. There was one slight difference because a parent had switched jobs. And that was around spring break, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. So we just wanted to say kudos to our teacher, Gretchen, who had done a wonderful job. And I know you may speak a little bit more.
Yeah, she built a program from the ground up, really. It had been a couple of years since we had a program and different facility moves and things like that. She really needed to start from the very beginning, and she did a great job. Also being all the way out in the portables and just being half day, it could be easy to be out on your own island, and she did a really great job of connecting with the rest of the campus, and teachers reached out to her. She was able to have her kiddos attend different events that were going on here with K to 12 students, and that I think that was pretty seamless. She did a great job with that. So we look forward to having her again next year and having another program again next year.
To C, new hires and resignations.
Just a second. There we go. So our resignations are both for middle school volleyball. So we have the head coach, Kiati, who had a baby this year. And then, we just graduated from Western Oregon this last weekend and going to hopefully land a kindergarten job. That's what she's hoping for, at least in early elementary education somewhere. So, with those two situations happening in life, they both resign. And then we have opened the positions, and I know we've had at least one applicant for each position already, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll look at filling those and go from there. So wish them both best of luck with everything. Kiati's still here working with us and as an instructional assistant. And then Naomi, again, hopefully she'll lend herself a job, hopefully here in the Valley. Otherwise her mom will probably be pretty sad.
Okay, so move to item D, dress code policy.
So I asked students that may have interest, again, to meet with me here in the science lab this last Monday, if they had any interest. Sorry, Tuesday. And I had 6 people really. I had 7, but 1 backed out that said they're interested. So I told them that we have kind of an information meeting, give them some history and some homework. This Wednesday, I could meet with them and they could either meet online or they could meet here. In the past, we had a board member, Trina, you had done it, I believe it was last time in 2015, I think was the year we did it.
Wasn't that long?
No, we've done it since then.
Yeah,
I did do 2015,
18 or 19.
but we did it again.
Wasn't it that? It was the year.
It was 19. It was 19.
That's all right. So,
It was, yeah.
It wasn't right. It was right before COVID.
gosh, I was thinking it was 2015.
Dan Jones and I.
Okay. So
Right.
anyway, we talked about possibly revisiting because they had some concerns or some ideas that they would like to bring forward. And I told them I'd do some homework and give them some, here's a literature here, go over a little history, and then meet with it, set up a meeting time over the next few weeks. And any recommendations that they would like to see made, they'd have to present it to that group and then hopefully be able to do that in a timely fashion because they'd have to have that for the July board meeting. So that way it would be able to get out to
Is the dress code in policy or is the dress code in the
student
handbook?
handbook, and that's what you folks approved. So we just wanted to try to have that for time for the registration for parents on August 5th. And so
What things are their concerns?
the biggest thing is really the short length and hats. So the
Well,
short
they're
length,
already wearing hats.
I agree with you on that. So they just want to have that part removed. And then the other thing is some of the short length says 4 inches, and that's pretty hard. And the short length for ladies, if you go to the store, like I just went to Dick's the other day and bought some Nike shorts for my daughter, and they were, what's that?
No, it's just, it's for all the moms are like.
Am I saying the wrong thing? I'm just going off what they
No,
told
no,
me.
you're fine. Sorry.
We hear this.
Yeah, okay. And so one of the students in that meeting said, I know you folks try to keep it as neutral as possible and not pick on one gender, but at the same time, society is still picking on them as far as the length. Good luck trying to find those types of shorts that are 4 inches in length and et cetera, et cetera. So that was what their biggest concern was that issue. Those 2 issues. So, what's that?
I find them all the time.
Unless
and
you're
five.
talking athletic shorts. The
Well, they
athletic shorts are different. So I guess the question is it appropriate to wear athletic shorts that are made for PE in the classroom?
And I think we have a lot of boys that would wear they would wear Nike basketball shorts in the classroom. And so I think that's what they're getting at is that,
Guys,
Boys.
Nike basketball shorts are shorter than 4 inches?
no, I'm saying the opposite.
So they
They're
the
saying-
guys would be able to.
They're
wear
saying the
them.
guys are able to wear those athletic shorts in class. and
We're
the
talking
girls-
about apples and oranges. Girls' athletic basketball shorts are more than 4 inches. Girls' athletic running shorts are shorter than 4 inches. They're two totally different styles.
And again,
It's not about the sex.
shoot the messenger here. I'm not. I'm telling you what they said. You asked what they said. That's what the issue was. So I said we listen to it, and then if they want to present that again, I just told them that in order to have it, I believe ready for parents so they know at registration that we'd have to have something that we'd have to look over and then submit it to you folks if that's going to change in the student handbook.
They just want to buy the ones that are shorter than 4 inches.
They want to wear the gym shorts, the athletic running shorts. But the reality is, you don't make them go change now, right?
If they're yes.
But we let the boys wear hats.
No,
Yes, we
I try not to let the boys
But
wear
we
hats.
We do
I know.
agree that it's not as enforced as it could be.
Yes,
Every day I'm here, I see hats.
he made new ones that were 4 inches in length in order to meet the dress code for me that day.
He made new ones that were.
Yes, he did. Not kidding you, he truly did, and I thanked him for that.
He says some extra length on it or
No, he made
Duct
it.
tape?
made a new pair.
Yeah, he cut a pair of jeans, but he measured it. So
Hopefully with students, input, we'll have a little bit more buy-in because it's a pretty big battle right now. And it's hard to get parental support as well. To enforce it.
same with the shirts that go down, and scoop down all the way. We had it at field day. We had a young gentleman we had change with that. Brought him an extra shirt and had him change.
We also had a young gentleman wear a shirt to 8th grade graduation that had to be changed too.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It was really good. I was impressed. It was inappropriate.
But he changed.
I'll tell you that later.
But he changed.
Oh, well, yeah. It would have been good.
No, it wouldn't have.
You missed it?
So then you said next week?
So this week, Wednesday, I have just kind of an informational meeting with them. And then next week, we're going to set a time. So if somebody from the board want to be part of that, or I can just update you all with, what we discussed. So I know it's harvest time, et cetera. But if we're going to do something,
I might be able to,
what's that?
depending when it's set.
Okay.
If I can.
Is it-
I'm not in the know enough to know how long shorts are. You go to buy them.
You might be the best one.
You
then.
you may be a nice unbiased.
No, because then they might
Go
be able
ahead.
to convince you.
Go ahead.
ahead.
Are you doing it online?
Yeah, I'll have it online too. So I'll send you all that link and tell you what it is and, for each meeting. But like I said, I wanted to make sure it was done in a timely fashion. And then this way I could say, hey, I offered it to you guys again. I had 6 people show up. This is what we talked about. Here we go.
All right, let's move to the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed unanimously. We'll move to item 6, items for board action. Adopt 2024-2025 budget. Who would love to read this document?
Already.
No, I think it's Kate. I was just thinking the other day, what a great public speaker.
I
You
thought
two
last
were.
year we did like a summary. We didn't read the.
No, we had to
No,
read
we
it.
have to read it.
Okay.
Oh, last year it was Jenny who read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You're better.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve resolution adopting budget 24-06. Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of Perrydale School District hereby adopts the budget for 2024-25 in the total sum of $8,953,226. Now on file in the District Administrative Office. Be it resolved for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024, the amounts shown below are hereby appropriated for the purposes indicated with the funds listed.
All you have to do is read the totals.
Total general fund appropriation, $6,503,610. Special revenue fund, $2,036,891. Debt service fund, $317,525. Capital project fund, $95,000. With a total appropriations all fund budget of $8,953,026. Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of Perrydale School District 21 hereby imposed upon the assessed value of all taxable property within the district for tax year 2024-25 in the amount at the rate of $4.5657 per 1,000 of assessed value of permanent rate tax. 2, in the amount rate of 0 per 1,000 of assessed value for local option tax. And 3, in the amount of $200,000 for debt service on general obligation bonds. Be it resolved that the taxes imposed hereby categorized for the purposes of Article 11, Section 11B, as subject to the general government limitation of a permanent rate tax of $4.5657 per 1,000 and a local option tax of 0. Excluded from limitation is the general obligation bond debt service of $200,000, and this would be adopted on the 17th day of June 2024.
Oh, second that. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes unanimously.
I was too quick on my comment. Can I just say that I'm very appreciative of like the community members that participated on the budget committee. I took a breath. You were too quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so then we will move to the 2024-2031 high school science adoption.
Yes, and actually, there is a slight change modification. You got the one from Christy
Maybe they got it.
earlier. And
Yeah.
now she has it here. Thank you. And that one is,
Well, it's not the high school, she said the middle school.
yeah, she's in middle school and then I had the high school, so it should say middle school, high school.
On the agenda.
Oh, we're adopting
Oh,
both
Yeah,
at
you
the
can
same
do both.
time.
Or if you wanted to, we could do it as two separate items. It's up to you on that one.
The way we kind of approached it is 6 through 12 work together to kind of find a program or a group of programs that will promote science that both teachers feel confident with. So it ended up where they kind of went a different direction, but they went different directions in order to mesh together better at the high school level after middle school. So that's why they're combined on the agenda. But that is up to you folks if you prefer that or if you'd like to hear them separately.
I don't care if they're together. I did have a question. And you just kind of really answered it. I just wanted to know, because you sent yours a little bit later, and I wanted to know how the two complement each other and how it would be for the kids flowing from middle school to high school. Well, a lot of this middle school curriculum prep them and have them ready for high school science.
Yeah, so Elise Solom and Rob Ferguson attended the caravan together with that intention of let's work as a team to really make sure that we've got the approach that we want so that middle school kiddos are moving right into high school with the tools that they need. They thought that that would be a 6 through 12 adoption in one curriculum, but they decided it would not be for a couple different reasons. Middle school is going with the STEM scopes for a lot of the same reasons of what we chose for elementary and high school. The hands-on opportunities, of course, it's matching with the standards. It's on the approved list, so we're not having to worry about in a couple of years there being an issue there. The exploration, the different videos and interactions that kids can have either online in the classroom, in addition to those hands-on opportunities. This program for the middle school offers some intervention program opportunities, that can be valuable in different ways. It could be a kiddo needs to be caught up a bit, or it could be that you've got a group of kiddos that maybe want to take drama and that's during their science time, and a way for them to be able to get both credits or both classes taken care of. The acceleration, they're able to accelerate, and then just what Ellie really valued about the program, in addition to some of those items, was that she can piece together an entire mapping to be able to cover the program maybe a little bit more fluidly in one school year for each the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, to make sure that they are then ready for high school, where she's had some challenges doing that in the last couple of years.
And STEM Scopes is the K through 5 as well, isn't it?
No.
Oh, sorry,
No,
that was
When you say it, then it's going out of my mind, but yes.
it's the other one. but
Yeah.
So the other thing too is that the STEM scopes is for 7 years, and then this is for
The high
One.
school, right.
That's the online version. So here's the difference. So he has a classroom set of textbooks, which STEM Scopes didn't have for high school. They only did books up to 8th grade, but then the other one that he had wanted to go with, that actually had
the
textbook,
Sabbath.
the Sabbath, yeah, and the Sabbath/Miller Levine. But he
And it's
liked-
only for biology.
So we have a 2-year rotation. We have biology 1 year, and then we do a half year of physical, half year of earth science the other year. So we rotate those much like we do with physics and chemistry. So his idea was, let me pilot this biology now, this at the beginning of the year. And because I think I like this a lot, but he got concerned when he had other districts, according to their reps, when he spoke to the reps, they said, a lot of people are not choosing to do science adoption right now. They weren't quite sure why. Well, what I heard when I talked to a couple of superintendents, including a larger one very close to us, is that was a budget issue, is what they're hearing from others. The rep did make note of that too, but wasn't sure if that's really why it was the case. A lot of people in our area, as you know, in Oregon, are struggling district-wise, whether it's Newburgh or Salem Kaiser or Dallas, et cetera. And
Yeah,
so,
they're all struggling.
yeah. So they're actually, a lot of them are looking to hold off on science for this year and adopt next year and just do the 1-year waiver.
Well,
Is
my
that
only
right?
concern is that, does it pigeonhole us? I mean, is it expensive? Because all we're doing is biology, and then we have all the other things. And what if 3 years from now, high school wants to change science again, and we are locked into this 7 years, and now they don't,
So they do it every 7 years, they have the adoption. And
right, but
so,
we're not doing it. We're postponing the others.
no, we're actually buying it next year because that's when it is for the rotation. We'd actually buy it at the end of this year. So coming up at the end of this next school year, we would buy it for the next year. He just wanted to hold off at first until he knew that's for the earth and physical science, that's actually what he was going to do, and physics. For chemistry, we're already with Western Oregon with the Willamette Promise, or Willamette Promise. So many promises, I get confused, honestly. And so he wanted to make sure, since it was a new program for him, he trusts Miller Levine. I mean, that's a well-known name. So he said, I really believe that is good after I looked at it, but Brock just is worried by nature that he wanted to make sure that he was able to move forward with it. I assured him that I'm happy to go back up to textbook depository in Lake Oswego to purchase the rest if we needed to. And whether that's at Christmas break or whether it's, spring break time, we could go ahead and purchase those for the 25-26 school year. And we would have those through the end of the 31.
Okay.
So it's
Well, when
every
he
7
wasn't
years.
wanting to get the rest of it, I was like, what is the problem?
Yeah, no, he just wanted to make sure that he felt comfortable since it's a newer program. So that
So-
was,
Just, so middle school would be with the STEM scopes, and then they would transfer to the other curriculum in high school, but they feel like they would, I just want to make sure I have this right, they feel like they would complement each other though.
Correct.
Okay.
And they really started this search in October, so they worked on it
Yeah.
all school year long. The document that you have for the high school process, we created one very, very similar for middle school. I'm happy to share that with you guys. I kind of condensed it in the document I did share with you. But they worked together looking for programs that would complement each other.
one of the other concerns for Brock too is, and not really concern, but point that he made is that, with chemistry, again, we go through WU, and that may change in the future to OIT or whatever it may be, but we follow that college textbook for that. And then, with anatomy and physiology, it's similar, same situation. So science really for us is going to be those 4 books. And one of them is, half year and a half year with the earth and physical science. And that, in the future, that may change as far as like, again, physics, we have these books and he doesn't plan on having that be through Willamette Promise, but, we may be able to offer something with college credit later on. We'd still use this text, but we may have another one that supplements it.
I think it would be nice for this, and maybe this isn't possible, but for the students, like if there was just like all the college credits were through one program. I don't know if that's possible or not, but you have students coming out with 3 different right now because they're right now negative course credits and then OIT and Western. And for an 18-year-old managing all that, it's a little much. And each time you have to go, like each school, then you're paying for those. So you have to pay each of them to get your credits too. So it's also financially more than if you were just going to one place to get them.
And we have expressed that to Willamette Promise, through the
Yeah.
USD, that it's kind of a pain, and that if we could do more of ours through Western, that would be appreciated. Because, and not that we don't value what OIT does for some of their science stuff, Western has, just a fine science program as well. So we'll bring that up again, the more that we can have that's through Western Oregon, the better. Because it's just the ease of use is definitely going to be better for them. Like you said, we have some that also had Lynn Benton before as well, because they had ag science credits too.
Yeah.
So.
What I hear though, the Western program isn't as good
That
for
may be the case.
preparing students is what I hear internally.
So the OIT one may be better.
Maybe,
Okay,
I
good to
don't know for sure, but that, I've heard there's a lot of frustration. Western,
know.
that was hopefully no one's watching.
They will.
Not at the moment.
I think you're safe.
Okay, so do we have a motion and do we want to put them together? Or do we want to-
I'll make a motion with them together. I move to approve the 2024 to 2025 high school science adoption.
It'll be, it'd actually be through 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
2031 high school science adoption and 2024, 2023 middle school science adoption.
I'll second that.
Okay, been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Move to the high school math adoption.
And so I met with our new math teacher, Brett Wood, a couple times, and then he was doing research on this, and then also on his own, and then connected with me again. And his preference was for the Big Ideas program. It does have a physical textbook plus some online opportunities. Plus, if you saw in the write-up, he had some other supplemental items that he would like to do for those that aren't they're very cost friendly to the district. And he actually came in again today, late this morning, to go ahead and go over stuff again and had some other questions. And we discussed again the curriculum, and he's excited about the opportunity and moving forward with some of the other books that we currently have, like financial algebra. And right now the pre-calculus, because for not this coming year, but the year after, he'd like to look further into the AP opportunity for pre-calculus. And if we do that, it comes with a textbook. So.
And for the online options, is that included in your book purchase? So is that set for the life that you use the books, or is that an annual subscription?
So you can buy either a 1-year subscription or you can buy a 7-year. So for example, why we went with 1 year with this, in the future, we'll have to purchase another 1 year, a few years down the road, but we didn't want to buy 31 or 37-year subscriptions because we have 2 classes that take biology 1 year and then the next year they take the other. So we would buy 50 1 year and then the other 50 the other year. So that's why we went with that route. So it will save us money down the road as a district. Or at least it won't cost us more if we do it the other way. At least it'd be the way to see it.
Their online program looks easy to use. You can use it on your phone, on a tablet, computer.
Yeah.
And free. I mean, once the district buys it, then you just log in and you parents can create and students can just create a password. And then you just log in under your school, your grade, and it pops up right there. All your curriculum. Looks easy.
And then it again still has the opportunity to have the text as well. So. Any other questions about the math adoption?
I had a question about math. Is our math teacher going to teach the construction math?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually looking to see, we talked today that
Does he need field trip to Denver?
he does. That's exactly correct.
I could supervise him.
Okay. So he was looking at that, his anniversary is that following weekend. So he was trying to make it fit that he can do that. It's a pretty hands-on training. And so he didn't know if his wife wanted to join him or not. She didn't sound too excited because she didn't think they'd actually really interact while they were there together. So we'll see if she ends up going, but it sounds like he's planning on going. So he had it already on his calendar. So I was impressed when I said, well, the trip is in, he goes, Denver, August 1st. And I'm like, that's correct. That's great. You already knew that. So I was happy to hear that he's very well prepared for that.
I'm happy to hear that as well.
Yep. So yeah, next year we have both construction, geometry, plus we have the financial math again offered. So we have both of those offered next year. And then in subsequent years, you may be also looking at where we do a rotation with calculus as well. So that way students, we have those other opportunities with construction and the financial math, but then we also have an opportunity or one of those slots to also do calculus that may be during the financial algebra one. So that way it may be every other year.
I'm watching Sean build an infinity generator, and he's measuring and doing all the math equations and stuff I don't understand. And I'm just watching him do it thinking, gosh, we need to teach kids how to do this.
And we had a little flash drive with all the curriculum on it. He was able to get that today.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheyenne wrote him a nice letter and filled him in on some classes as a whole and then some individual students, some needs they may have, and then made sure he had that thumb drive and just some other general things, kind of like when a president leaves, they write a little letter to their successor. It's kind of the same thing. It was nice.
And then they take home some legal documents. They're supposed to be sealed. I will make a motion to approve the 2020 to 2030 high school math adoption. Is it supposed to be 30 or 31?
Brian, okay.
Oh, no. This is one less we postponed 1 year
Yeah.
because of the situation last year.
So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. At this time, 7:40, we will go into executive session under ORS 1926602 2E to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property transactions.
And who do you